What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Dragon Style Games. And oh my gosh, holy content drop from Glue this past week. Now let's get into this. So it seems that everything I have predicted was wrong in a sense. Now I remember looking back at the notes for this update coming up, and I guess I may have interpreted it wrong, but they did say there was going to be a new tower event, and we thought that was probably going to be some type of raid. Now, it still could be a raid, and we could probably still see Ursula in a way, because that was in that little trailer that we have. Or raids could be a totally separate thing, and this is just a new tower event, which is insane. And maybe they're just prepping us that we're going to need Prince Eric, we're going to need Triton, or the Ursula event, which is probably going to be coming. The raid's probably going to be coming soon. Right when this probably takes off, which we don't even know it's going to take off. They just have the characters here, and as you can see, there's nothing really indicating anything new, but there is the Sensational 6 Part 1. Now, I do think it's pretty interesting how they're putting these characters in at the same time they're going to be putting in Prince Eric and Triton. Now, we're going to be mainly focusing on Triton and Prince Eric, but I just want to go a little over exactly what's going on. So, let's just my first time looking at their stuff, and it's just kind of cool to see new characters. And I've been actually starting to farm Ariel just because I'm guessing I'm gonna need her. And I'm also farming technically Jack as well. So, little side note, I feel Oceanics are gonna be necessary for this as well. So, might want to go back and do those guys if you haven't done them yet. Unfortunately, I know it's gonna be breaking the single golden rule of if you're not done farming certain characters, don't go to other characters, but it's just very like, just when they grab you in there. I can't think of the word, but they're just like really grabbing you in there. So let's just look at Prince Eric. Let's look at what he has. So he is a defense character, so we do need more defense characters. Honestly, we don't have too many. It's usually like obviously majority offense, and then get your handful of support characters and defense characters. But anyways, let's look at his basic attack. So you will deal up to 37 damage to the target opponent, 50% chance to inflict continuous damage, dealing up to 26 damage over 2 turns. Obviously this will change as you level up, but this is just the base of what he has, at level 1, tier 1 here. And if the target is Ursula, so obviously this is for raids, or could be for the tower actually, inflict an additional continuous damage. So this is definitely for raids. I mean, this right here just literally spits out, I'm for raids, so that's pretty cool to see. And level 2 for this basic is 25% chance to inflict continuous damage, 50% damage dealt, and 100% chance to inflict continuous damage at gear 7. That's pretty crazy. Now, this might be a revitalization of a new faction. This could be like, I don't know, when the Frozen team and the Big Hero 6 team came in, is one film that could take over the meta again. And let's see what his other attacks are. Special, deal up to 100 damage to target opponent, so swing into action and what the animation will look like. In raid, okay, obviously we know it's raids. It says in raids, gain crit immunity for 2 turns, 50% damage, 1 critical hit, all other Oceanic teammates gain 30% speed meter. So it's actually a little bit of support once you get to this gear 7, and crit immunity for 2 turns. That's pretty cool. So it means that Ursula probably or the other characters cannot do a full attack on him, which is nice. His second special ability, all teammates gain defense up for 1 turn, plus 1 duration raids, okay. If Eric has taunt, increase the duration of taunt by 1, otherwise gain 50% speed meter. So basically there's a little boost if he has taunt. But if he doesn't have taunt, he has a 50% speed meter, so I don't know which one do I want more. Each teammate gains 1 crit immunity, plus 1 for raids, and 15% speed meter gain. So I'm having a feeling that we're going to see either they're going to bring new characters and they're going to have bonuses for raids, or you're going to see like maybe when like a Downtown's Villain or Downtown's Villain event comes in and you have like Big Bad Wolf. Maybe there'll be a bonus there for him. We're not exactly sure, but I'm just like thinking, because a lot of this is specifically for raids. And his passive is, for the first time a teammate falls below 30% health, or in the following, if Eric doesn't have taunt, he gains 10% speed meter, increase 30 in raids. If Eric has taunt, the teammate gains undefeatable and 10% speed meter. So there's a give and take. If he has taunt and no taunt, that's pretty cool. If teammate is Ariel, she gains undefeatable, so that makes sense, you know, couple action there. Base speed meter, 5% boost and 10% at level 4. And that brings us, oh, he has another passive. On turn start, perform the following on a random opponent, ignoring taunt and preferring opponents with stealth, purge stealth. If they didn't have stealth, inflict vulnerable. Okay. So this is going to be pretty interesting. And ignore taunt and preferring opponents with stealth. So if you have like Scar, I'm thinking of other characters. Randall has stealth as well. Purge stealth. So that's interesting. I don't think too many people, maybe one of the characters like Ursula, one of the other characters during the raids is going to have stealth. So that's probably possibly why they're doing it. Reduce target's opponent's speed meter by 30% at level 2 and 10% speed meter reduction. So Eric has a lot of good attacks with his continuous damage. He also has this bonus in raids, and it looks like it's not going to do, it just looks like this is just like a basic like big attack. I don't know, kind of like Sully's like door punch thing. So kind of common with that. And it seems to be mainly a raids focused characters, but he does have some good synergy with Ariel. And since there's only like 3 Little Mermaid characters that we know so far, he can play Ursula. That's probably why there's not too much synergy between them or Oceanics. He doesn't have anything that says I'm an Oceanics character, kind of like the Gantu and Bubbles. So let's see what King Triton had. So his basic attack, deal up to 50 damage to target opponent. If enraged, increase damage dealt by 30%. So he's gonna have an enraged attack, kind of like a maybe empowered. Enraged and empowered, I think, are similar things. So kind of like Hades. So this is similar to Hades. Is cool. If Ariel is a teammate, she is called to assist. So there's some good bonus there in terms of synergy. Because Ariel's attack, if you don't know her basic attack, it does do chain attack as well, so which is nice. 50% damage dealt, level 3, pretty common. It's pretty. If enraged, repeat ability 1 time, so you can attack twice if I'm correct. Pretty similar to Hades as well. So his special is Royal Rage, deal up to 53 damage to a random character 3 times, ignoring taunt. Now that's a big deal because taunt is the most annoying thing ever. I hate taunt. So people can ignore taunt. I love them. If enraged, deal up to 63 damage to the primary target. Lose reasonable, gain enraged. Don't know what reasonable is, so sorry about that. I'm guessing it's like. No, I'm not even gonna guess. Never mind. Each random hit reduces the target's defense by 10% until the end of this ability. And Rage has 30% bonus critical power, so that's going to be big when it's level 4. So, cleanse 1 harmful effect from each teammate. If reasonable, all teammates gain Triton's boon for 1 turn, lose and Rage gain reasonable. Okay, so these kind of counter each other, which is interesting. I'm guessing it's probably his passive, yeah. In one of his passives, he's going to probably have some type of. So anyways, let's read this. Unlocks the ability, obviously. Teammates not affected by any harmful effects gain 10% speed meter, 5% base speed meter granted. Okay, so this is like a support, because he is, what is he? I didn't even check what he was, sorry guys. He's an offensive character, but he does have support tactics. So this is his passive, his first passive, and his leadership and passive. So it's kind of weird. So Ariel and him will have leadership, so I don't know how it's going to work unless they take away Ariel's leadership, because honestly, Ariel's leadership is nice. I mean, you get some little bit of health, but it's not like Sean Yu or Hero where you get a speed boost or something like that. So I could see them maybe taking away her leadership, or they might keep it because her princess faction, but who knows. So let's look at this. On turn start, if reasonable, perform the following on the teammate with the most harmful effects, preferring most injured. So this will help take care of characters. Restore up to 10% of their max health. inflict harmful effect on the opposite to the opposite helpful effect, and grant 10% speed meter. Okay, that's cool. So he's going to be helping out teammates, especially those obviously with most injury, to stronger, obviously. So a good one to see. Grant additional 20% speed meter if a teammate is not affected by any harmful effects. 5% base speed meter granted. If Ariel is defeated, King Triton gains Enrage and Reasonable until the end of the battle and cannot lose either effect, which is, that seems pretty, that's a big buff. Big buff to him when he gets Enrage and Reasonable, because his two specials are centered around that, so that's cool to see. And lastly, his leader, teammates gain 10% offense, and raise they grant the following effects. The Little Mermaid teammates gain additional 5% offense. So, that is cool to see, because mainly we've seen speed meters, but see 10% offense, and the raids get a little more bonus if they're Little Mermaid characters. That's a cool one to see. Enrage, each time a teammate is healed, they gain 10% speed meter, 5% offense granted at level 3. So, basically, this is going to be, he's going to be, I think, countering, he can't counter the speed leaders, because those guys obviously grant speed, and speed is a king. But if you can grant 10% offense and even 15 all the way up to here. If you think about it, once he gets to, if you get this level 3, and Ray's going to be 20% offense speed boost, so I'm guessing he's going to be doing well with characters like Elsa for offense. I'm just thinking of like a team. If you want to keep the Little Mermaids together, you can keep Ariel, Eric, and Triton, and probably throw in Elsa and another character, maybe even Hero to support would give you shields, or even Honey Lemon or Baymax, but it might be too support and defense heavy, so I could see you going for a Tomogo, a Dash, someone putting good offense in there, Big Bad Wolf even to perch taunts as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for this team. But it's crazy to think that, you know, Blue has been doing all this new content, and October's gonna be insane. And I already, like, if you watched my month in review video, State of the Game, it's pretty off already, because we were expecting raids, but that did not necessarily mean you were gonna get Triton and Eric. I think until like a little later, a couple days later, we said, oh, it'll be found in the code or something like that. So I was a little late on that. And also, I wasn't expecting them to do Making Friends. I really was expecting them to do maybe like Maleficent or another Cruella de Vil, another type of character release, but I was wrong, obviously. And now they have these characters, which is nice. And let's just look at it real quick if you haven't yet. This event is going to be pretty interesting. So you have Daisy, Donald, and Goofy and Donald. And honestly, I kind of thought they would be like some of the first characters, because it's Disney Sorcerer's Arena, and I was thinking, you know, the Fab Five, or here they call it Sensational Six. So it's cool to see. And next part, or part 2, we're going to be getting, so it looks like the entire month of October, we're going to be getting these Sensational Six characters. This will probably be followed by Pluto, then Minnie, then Mickey. And that's gonna be interesting how that all works out. And I can't wait, honestly, to get these characters. I'm kind of bummed because it's derailing me again from my farming. And I just hope Elsa doesn't come anytime soon, because I am leveling up my Olaf and my Sven, obviously, as you see here. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, comment below what you guys are feeling, what you guys are thinking, what teams would work in your opinion for this team. Go check the Discord out as well. We'll be there too. Don't forget to like and subscribe and like that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.